Good afternoon and welcome to the morning meeting. This is our live Q&A Ask the Home Care Expert segment. Join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will go over any and all of your questions just regarding home care business. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, then in the comments below, once this video is rebroadcast, we're going to put links to our website and to a few other bits of information. Don't forget, you can always join our Facebook group, Private Duty Home Care, Prepare, Plan, Rebuild. Again, I'll put the links. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the link to that in the chat box right next door over here. So anyone who has any questions, please feel free. Drop the questions as we go along. I know this channel is still relatively new, so I don't have a lot of live people coming on as we broadcast, but we will have a replay of this. So if you didn't catch us before, you'll catch us now. There's the link to the group. Anyone who wants to join, we are always welcoming home care owners, business developers, or anyone interested in this industry. So, all right, so let's get started. Our first question from the pre-submitted forms, it actually comes from Jason. He didn't leave the company he's with, but he has a home care company in California, apparently. So, all right, the question is, how do I set up a budget for my marketing? And, it's actually not that complicated, Jason. All right, so when it comes to home care marketing, I prefer to look at it from a couple of different points of view. We have the business development efforts, which is where we're going to focus and concentrate on going out, and we are going to see specific places, different facilities, different facilities, different professionals, different people, what I call our in-group, our influencers network. These will be, carpenters, handymen, home remodelers, real estate agents, social workers, nurses, administrators, executive directors, and other marketing and salespeople that they work with us on in different ancillary businesses. We're going to meet with them and we're going to develop our business. This is why it is a business development effort. Okay, the second part of this comes from our marketing, our more modern definition of marketing, which is, when we are talking about the digital stuff. Are you buying leads? Are you buying Google ads, pay-per-click? What are we doing? That's the marketing mix. We did a whole nother video on this not too long ago. It's our 10-minute home care training. Please feel free to go and check that video out. Now, as far as your marketing budget, since we are looking at two very specific and very different avenues that we're trying to tackle when it comes to marketing and business development, we also want to sit and take a look at what's going on otherwise. So let's handle the business development part. In business development, our budget is going to break down to a couple of different things. One is our marketing materials. That's our brochures, business cards, the pens, tote bags, any other branded materials that we are going to need to purchase on a consistent and regular basis. This budget should be broken down quarterly, and it's not an expense. We need to look at this as an investment in our business. Okay, so if we are going to buy, let's say, branded donut boxes, which are an item that I happen to be a big fan of, and the only place we can find it is that they want us to buy 100 of them, and it's going to cost like $300. I don't know. You please shop around. I'm not promoting any particular company or setting anyone's prices for them. This is just very random off the cuff stuff. Okay. So let's say we are looking at this, and now while we're going to do that, it's not $100 a month that you're taking out. You have to break it down to the point where you're looking at it over the course of a quarter. $100 a month divided by 3, $300 a quarter divided by 3 would be $100 a month as an investment. Now, the same thing works with anything else. If these replenishable items, they have to be looked at as an investment over the course of a quarter. Now, I do think you should keep a running inventory of what items you're giving out. And here's the thing. Please do not do like many businesses in service businesses, and especially in the home care industry. Don't do what many do. And they have this beautiful inventory of marketing materials. They've spent thousands of dollars, and it's in a supply closet, beautifully organized, and they never give it out. If you are going to take the expense of buying these materials, you must give them out. That's one piece of the budget, but your average on that should, it depends. All right, I'm not going to set a price. This is on an individual basis. If anyone does want a strategy call, I'll put the links below when this is all done on how you can schedule one, and we can discuss that particular subject. The next portion of your spend. Now, this one should be monthly. This is broken into two parts. You have a discretionary business development budget and an incidental business development budget. Okay, so what do I mean by that? This is very simple. When you are calculating what your expenses are, or when you are developing your business development strategy, okay, you have to keep in mind what it is that your objectives are. If your goal is to do let's say, a lunch for a facility every week, plan accordingly. If your goal is to do 1 or 2 a month, plan accordingly. So your discretionary budget is essentially, the cost of providing a full lunch for, let's say, an average of 10 to 15 people, because that's how many people will show up, or potentially, in your average facility. It doesn't mean that's what you're going to spend or how many people you're going to be buying lunch for, but this is what you should budget for just in case, because, we'll get into the why in a moment, but the cost of that times the number of lunches you expect to give over the course of a month. So let's say you are following the strategy of doing one event or lunch and learn or whatever it is per week. Okay. If that is your goal, and let's say I'll give a free plug to Panera. Let's say you were going to use Panera to buy the lunch. For argument's sake, it's about, I believe in most places, it's about $120, $130 to do a full lunch with drinks and everything included, including the paper plates and the tablecloth and all of that. So $130 for one lunch, and you were going to do 4, you would have a budget of $520 as your discretionary budget. Now, add to that about 10% per week. So if it's $520, then you would have to allocate about $52 for whoever your business developer or marketing person or whoever is doing, or even for yourself. It doesn't make a difference if you're an owner marketer. Have that 10% on a weekly basis available, so about $50, so that you can buy incidentals as you go along. Okay, meaning if you find a receptionist that you are trying to become friends with so she can finally pick up that phone and get you an appointment with the social worker directly, because they're not answering your calls anymore, but they insist on an appointment. If you're trying to befriend this person to get past the gatekeeper, you got to be able to buy a cup of coffee. That $2 is probably one of the best investments you'll ever make. So you do all of this, moving on, you get things going in the right direction, and from there you make your decision. You add it up, and that should be the business development budget for that. Your budget, it's usually about 1% of your annual revenue should be dedicated to your marketing budget, broken down quarterly, and that's your promotional stuff. The second part is your discretionary budget, where you're going to be doing, plan for the lunches, take the average cost of lunch for about 15 people, and you divide that, multiply that by the number of lunches you intend to do. That should be enough to cover your budget for anything going on. Like if you want to host a casino night, co-sponsor, if you want to host a networking event, you just adjust the number of lunches that you have scheduled. You may need to add to that budget during key times of the year, such as March, during Social Workers Month, maybe in October, where you have Physical Therapist and Occupational Therapy Month, or during the holidays, between November and January, where you have to worry about Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. So you make sure you have all your bases covered. And depending on the area you are located in, you may want to do something nice for the Eid during, after the period of Ramadan is over for the community. So it really depends on what your goals are and objectives are, and what exactly you intend to do to promote and grow your business. Okay, on another note, all right, now, then I'll go, and finally, to wrap up that subject, the 10% of your monthly budget should be allotted every week in order for whoever's going out there and, shaking hands and kissing babies, for whoever's doing your actual business development, to be able to take things immediately. Buy that coffee or special treat for the gatekeeper. If you walk into a facility and find out it is the social worker's birthday, you want to be able to go buy a cake or something, a cupcake or something nice on the spot, without having to worry about the budget and worry about how you're going to resolve things. If it's already allotted and accounted for, it will make your life a lot easier. Now, on the other end, we are looking at your marketing, your digital marketing efforts. How much are you spending on pay-per-click, Facebook ads, possibly LinkedIn ads, depending on how you're doing this, and Google pay-per-click and Bing or Microsoft ads programs, or any other leads that you're purchasing. And that really depends on what stage you are in your business. If you are newer in the industry and you've just opened your doors, you really want to account for probably close to $1,000 a month for this, at least to get ramped up. Because what you're looking for, and again, I did an entire video on your marketing mix. Please take a look and look for that video so that I get into a little bit more detail. But essentially, you want a set number of leads every month. And as the leads start coming in from your business development efforts, they are going to start requiring less resources in your marketing effort. It's never going to go away, because you're going to make adjustments month to month based on your revenue goals, the growth of your business, and what's actually going on. Like right now, a lot of my clients are increasing the amount going out on pay-per-click and other referral generators before the pandemic, there was a lot less of a spend on that because the need was a lot less. And those of my clients that have, that we've managed to work out a plan and a strategy to minimize or reduce that cost of pay-per-click, because they have a little bit more of an aggressive marketing approach or fleet on the ground approach, or they have a well-established referral network that they don't need as much on that point. So that's something I can't really give you a solid answer, simply because it really depends on where you're on the business, and you didn't leave enough on the questionnaire form. So those of you who are looking to submit questions for future episodes, or let me go ahead and grab the link here, so that this way, I'm also going to include it in the description below for anybody watching the replay of this. But it's important that if you guys are going to submit, please do everybody a favor. Be specific. I think I included that in the instructions. Let me take a look at the form. Yeah, I leave on this form, you can ask up to 3 questions, and I'm more than happy to answer them. And if you're watching this, hopefully you understand that I am going to answer them in detail. But if I don't have the right information, I can't. So thank you very much for submitting your question. I hope I answered it thoroughly enough for you. And moving on. I'm not going to answer. I have 2 more questions. I'm saving them for down the road in case I need more. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick tip based on the question that was asked today. Number 1, please, again, give this video a like if you like the live content, if you want me to keep doing this. Also, share it with anyone else who might benefit from this information. And please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit, I want to say it's over here somewhere, the notification bell. So that way you know when we're going live. And, but just in case, for the time being, we are going live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. And really, really do appreciate you guys watching. So final tip when it comes to doing this, it doesn't matter what stage you are in the business, your influencers network is the most important asset that you have. It will allow you to grow your business. Look, it's really not that complicated. You're either going to build your business or you're not. There is no half-assing it. Look, at the end of the day, you're in the first year of opening. You should be at a point by the first 12 months that when you look back, based on your efforts, and we're talking about private pay only. I'm not talking about the people that take state waivers or bill Medicaid or anything like that. This is the private pay model only. At the end of year 1, your business should be generating between $250,000 and roughly $350,000 if you want to be on par. And that's an underperformer, okay? If this is an average, okay? I mean, you're not doing great, but you're not doing terrible. And, usually by the year 3, you should be at somewhere between 750, up to about 1.5 million. And then, of course, net profits will vary greatly depending on if you're a franchise or if you are a privately owned company. All of that, and really, it's even more importantly, it's completely irrelevant how much you're billing out if you're not putting any money in your pocket. And that is my tip. If you're not there, pick up the slack, figure out where you're going wrong. Where are your business development efforts failing? Is it your recruitment that's slacking and you can't cover cases? Are you not getting enough cases? Do we have to adjust your marketing mix? Take a solid look at that. And then secondarily, really take a hard, honest look at your net margins, okay? Because if your billable hours look great, but you're going broke every month and can't make payroll, there's something off in what your mix looks like. All right, so this is it for our live stream today. Thank you all very much for watching. Once again, please do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, Share this with people. Look, um, I love doing these videos. I love answering your questions, and this is a very free resource for people to come and check out. And I know that there's people out there that have decided to go into the private home care space and just can't really afford a consultant. Here's a good resource. Share it with your friends. Share it with people that could benefit from this. Thanks again, and we'll see you again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. live for your Ask